Some issue. We are making corrections. We do see Team Dev have an eco advantage here. Some of the members of Team Mirage do have enough economy to buy, but it's very unlikely that they will do so, as we see others not having enough to be able to buy a Phantom or Vandal and Arma. Excal with an early frag. Nickwu trying to fire through those garage doors. To no success, though. He does not find anyone.
But it will be Excal with a pretty important open frag onto the sniper. And Scott was holding down that C site consistently. Excal with another frag through the smoke. Brax will be taken down, and the eco round here for Mirage feeling a little rough as now Team Dev pull off of the C site push and convincingly rotate over onto that A site. No one is there, little do they know, as Team Mirage are huddled around C waiting for that push in, and the spike will very likely get planted here. And so far, a round secured, unless Team Mirage are able to miraculously, through the hand of their equal round, turn things around. We'll have to see as now they begin to rotate over.
Now we will see Dev look to make this hold. Not much to risk here if you're Team Mirage. Just a couple sheriffs, maybe some ghosts. Nothing too big on the line if you aren't able to get this retake. We do see Hiko hovering around B site, in between B site and A. Excal gets one frag there. And now what will happen? Where will we go from here? Another for Excal. Now it's Hiko versus the 5. Can they get this flawless round for Team Dev? Yes, yes they can. Team Dev showing that they are nothing to be messed with. Once they give you some economy, 3 rounds straight in a row for Team Dev. Good play all around from the Riot Games employees.
And now Team Mirage are answering back with a little bit of firepower. We see the operator coming out from Ska. It's a great success from Group A, the day where Ska just absolutely owning with the operator, and now holding down C Long, the most ideal spot, or one of the only 2 other than Banana. He will look to dominate this big peak here coming out from Team Dev. We'll see if he's able to get the open frag. And here comes the swing. A couple of shots going to be ringing through from Excal and friends. And those Brimstone smokes going to be able to dissuade and discourage Ska from that long-range engage. And now still holding down the angle. One will come through, but NTT finds one onto Brax. Still the cyber cage will be going down here. And the big jump from Excal. Ska with the quick flick. And now Nickwu will find him at the 2v2. Mirage is starting to fall apart. And the full buy for Mirage is not exactly working as they planned. Nickwu will take that one down. And another round on the board here for Team Dev, 2-4. Team Mirage not looking as strong, considering that was a pretty full buy from them, but still with economy in the boot, they might consider a soft buy here in round number 7.
Maybe our chat's getting some deja vu after that. Skadoodle, known for his flicks in CounterStrike Global Offensive with the op. Now on the operator here in Valorant with that nice shot onto Excal as his jet jumped into sight. The flick of the wrist, as they call it for Skadoodle there. Nice play. Let's see if Team Dev can keep this momentum, though, after they won the round that seemed nearly impossible for them to get.
Yeah, goes in tow. Another eco round, like you said. Brax and nothing holding down C short here as Nickwu looks to get a little bit of information using that owl drone. Gonna scout on through, sees the Brimstone on one side, knows that there's at least one member on the other side, but it's Team Dev still looking for information. Shock dart gonna go through. Sorry, recon bolt gonna go through. And a couple of shots here through the box. Knows that someone's still there on the other side, but will pull away as now with information gathered. They might look towards A as it feels like a lot of utilities being used here to hold down Courtyard and discourage them from a push into Courtyard. But Team Dev now looking towards Banana as the whole team gathers together. Now we'll face off against ACK and Hiko, who are waiting on the site.
We don't see Entity on Viper yesterday. He very much did like it. I have very strong opinions about Viper. I don't think she's a particularly great character in the current meta. No buffs for her today on the patch, but we do see raise nerfs. No raises here.
What a beautiful entry there coming out from Volcano. Curveball used, great succession. Spike being planted, but now it's 3v5 on the Hiko. Excal finding a kill through the smoke, and now Scott and Brax last remaining members are looking for a potential push on in from Garden, as they will pull away through courtyard, maybe look to pick off a few of the members that will be out of rotation upon the Spike's explosion. But looks like a convincing round yet again for Team Dev, and this attacker-sided half for them is going pretty well so far, I might say, as Team Mirage will have their full buy next round. We'll see how they'll go toe-to-toe with Team Dev.
We just see Excal here looking for the flanks. The remaining 2 members of Team Mirage are sitting on B site. Spike detonates, and we see another round go for Team Dev. But Team Mirage, the 2 members of Team Mirage do get to save their armor. They do get to save. They save a judge. Save 2 of them. Whether that's better or not, we will see. But I don't think they're gonna keep those long term. But who knows? Shoddy time, baby.
Yeah, they may look for those close range engages. As much of a meme shotguns may be in the grand scheme of things, they definitely pack a punch in this game. Especially my favorite choice of weapon, the Bucky. Going buck wild on the opposition can really be a good time. But it's gonna be the judge hoping to keep the executioner as well as Team Mirage. Not gonna see observer bugs on the scoreboard. May look to keep the judge, as Brax and Ska still holding on to C. Their spread still the same as before. And Team Dev will still look to gather information in courtyard here as they will push up. Feeling pretty confident. 3 rounds up for Brax and the judge here once again, and an absolute spray down through the doors from Excal and Nickwu as they look for a pick, something to give them signs of life and any indication onto which site to push on. But the recon bolt will come through and nobody will be spotted, as it's still Team Dev fighting for land on these sites.
No one dead yet. Both sides are full teams. Nickwu just looking down mid here, looking into B site. Where will he decide to make this push? We're going to see Penguin call out these brimstone smokes, although Team Mirage brings out some of their own. With those smokes, maybe, although there is that Molotov. Brimstone Molotov sitting there waiting for them. They're going to wait that out and look to make a B push here.
I like this. I like this from the side of Entity. He's waiting for Brax to push in. There's the orbital strike, and nothing actually with the spray down as well. They will find Brax.
I know exactly.
Find out where is the rest of the party, but it's 2 members remaining on the side of Team Dev, as Team Mirage are looking good, but it's Nickwu with the spray down. Last member remaining, he grabs the up, but now he's on the retreat. And the round will go over to Team Mirage. Team Dev still fight back. But again, Team Mirage on the board here, fighting back on the defender side.
Important round there for Team Mirage. Their economy would be a little bit in the toilet here for some of their members, not all. Obviously, we see Skadoodle with 6,300 creds, just stockpiling over there. No op, though, for him this time around, as we saw earlier in the game. Just a Phantom. A measly old Phantom, Simo. Right it out.
There's been a lot of debate between the Phantom and the Vandal. Of course, a lot of pro players preferring the Phantom. Even Shroud publicly going on record to say that the Phantom is his preferred weapon in Valorant. We'll have to see if that's going to continue to be the case, as it will look to be a full buy coming out from Mirage in a pretty contested round with 3 ultimates available on the side of Team Mirage. From the Shadows, Resurrection, as well as the Rolling Thunder. We'll see if it's going to be used here, as Team Dev still, yet again, looking to crack that armor in the courtyard. Will they do so as they hold these angles?
Nickwu looking for this pick with the op. We do see Brax send out a smoke and fire a little bit through those garage doors. Nickwu will not see him at this time. We'll see if he holds that angle as the smoke comes down from Omen. He has moved over, though, into the courtyard. Will send a drone out on there, and now we see Excal looking for something here on B long. Brax is pushed back, as has Ska. They are sitting on the C site. Entity with the first frag on to Scott. Good entry there for Entity. Now we see the push into the Molotov. You gotta run through it, but nothing.
No! Oh no, nothing with a perfectly placed Molotov. He's able to find 2 through that, but it's still back and forth as Nickwu finds one onto nothing, and now both teams starting to converge onto the site. It'll be AZK and Hiko that are looking for that opportunity to push on in. That'll be the fall line. It stuns out a little bit as Nickwu will be taken down, but it's Team Mirage as AZK cleans up on janitor duty in another round, putting us at 4-5 this half, getting really close to the second. Team Dev still holding on, but it does feel like Haven aids to the side of the defenders, and Team Dev looking to complete this half with the lead. Can Team Mirage close it out, or at least even it out, putting us at 6-6?
Look at Nickwu with that beautiful scoreline. 15, 3, and 2, 13,000 credits. Former League of Legends pro, turned developer at Riot Games, eventually made his way onto the Valorant team. He shows if you're good at video games that you're still good at video games. It may transcend the genre. Is Nickwu here fragging out against Team Mirage? Impressive performance from him, and as I say that, he gets shot right in the head by nothing.
But it's quickly traded away, and those are the types of trades that you want against Team Mirage. As you start to dwindle down their offense, they are their firepower starts to lessen, and they will find another. As now Team Mirage down 2. The C site will be the target of Team Dev's affection. It'll be the rotation back from Volcano as they're waiting for Brax to push on in. Rolling Thunder, AZK will find one through the chaos, and now a 3v3 as Brax finds 2, as AZK will hold this angle, and it will be Excal who's left now remaining on the site. Team Mirage looking like they've turned the odds and flipped them on its head, as Excal still pushing on through the site, looking for whoever's left, the remnants of Team Mirage. But a 1v2 still doable for the side of Team Dev.
But he has Brax coming up from behind him in that garage position, and AZK says no sirree. Nice op shot there from AZK. AZK once again coming up clutch for Team Mirage, closing out that round there, making this an even game. It's an AZK versus Nickwu showdown here. Skadoodle contributing his own. Everyone on Team Mirage more or less even, but AZK has been having a good match here. He's been having a good tournament all games, or all week. So I'm excited to see him play some more. Obviously, for those unfamiliar, Brax and AZK have both been signed by T1, the prolific esports team, as the first 2 Valorant players for their official pro team. Nothing Hiko and Skadoodle have yet to be picked up or even declared if they want to actually be pros at this. But this has been the team that's been playing together for the past couple of weeks in various different invitationals. Roster change here or there, but we are very happy to have them here, as we will see who gets to meet Team Canyon in the final in the next match here between Team Dev and Team Mirage.
Team Dev here poised for an A-site push. It's still the full buys from both sides, as Team Dev now waiting in the wings. Phantom until for Excal. The big swing going to be coming out here from him and Volcano, as they wait patiently. On the other side, Nickwu and Entity will be looking for information, finding an open frag onto Brax. You're still looking on Excal's perspective. Flashpoint going to be coming out here. AZK not connecting with that operator shot. The boost as well. He's going to back away with a couple of orbs, as now the push in from Excal. Hiko will find that one, but still Team Dev determined to push through onto the site. It's Penguin through the smoke, and now a 3v4 favoring the side of Team Dev. Penguin with a beautiful orbital strike. It won't actually connect, but Volcano will find one with hot hands. AZK will answer back with a jump shot, looking for that shot as well. Team Mirage now down to 1 member, and it'll be Penguin who finishes things up, putting us at 6-5. Team Dev on a roll with 1 more round remaining.
Nice little advantage sitting here for Team Dev. We won't be seeing Skadoodle buy full out this time. He does opt for the Bucky, the shotgun in the game, the cheaper of the 2 shotguns in the game. Will we see Team Dev go up here 7-5 on the attacker side? Haven not nearly as defensive oriented as Split for certain, but even I would say a little bit more balanced on the sides than Bind, which is slightly defense oriented. Will Team Dev have a nice little 2-round pad heading into the half as they look to make this move towards a site?
Team Dev still doing their research, finishing up their homework, crossing their T's and dotting their I's. They're looking for whatever information they can get from Mirage. And it's consistently the C-short hold coming out from Brax, and we've seen it time and time again on day one of the ESPN Esports Valorant Invitational. It'll be Nickwu that's trying to get that battle, that 1v1 for control of the courtyard here, but dark cover will discourage him from pushing forward. But still, Team Dev looking for their opportunity to push onto whatever site they so choose, and it's going to be A so far. As we hear the voice line from Blade Storm, Jet ready to lock and load. Entity pushing through sewers. Not going to find anyone just yet. The barrier orb going to be destroyed. And the recent changes now to the patch allow for melee damage to do quite considerable damage onto that barrier orb, but still Entity opting in for the range. You'll be pushed away. The Volcano here with the open kill onto ACK. Now things are starting to open up.
Nice entry there. Skadoodle with the 2. We see Team Dev only have just a few seconds to plant. They've yet to do so. They are sitting there with the spike. There's the plant. Skadoodle looking to make some clean work, but Entity and Volcano have other ideas, and there it is at the end of the half. 7-5 for Team Dev. Nice work there from Volcano as we move into the half to switch sides.
Like I said before, Team Dev, yes, they looked a little rough up against Team Canyon, but that does not mean that they're locked and loaded and ready to go today. We're seeing them, I think, maybe at the top of their form. Yes, Nickwu leading that charge, 15 kills on the board alongside 3 assists. Nickwu definitely feeling himself today, consistently opting in for that operator, no pun intended. It's now Team Dev leading the charge with 2 rounds up, are looking good. And we'll see how they defend up against this Team Mirage roster as we are just now waiting for that graphic to update for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. But now, Team Mirage on double duty, having to push in. Let's see what they do.
We are waiting for a quick overlay change. There we go. Team Dev now on the defender's side. Got themselves a nice 7-5 advantage on attack earlier here on Haven. We do see Team Mirage with Skadoodle looking to get a little bit of vision on that Cypher using the camera, just seeing if anyone's going to have the gall to push through Garage or through B mid. Now they're just hovering back, playing slow. We've seen patience be a virtue here, Simo, throughout the last couple of days. Although I did enjoy the Team Llama running all through sight, as a unit on Bind yesterday. That was a good time. Funny, maybe not the best of strats. It did work every now and then, but quickly Team Canyon caught up to it. But now we see Team Mirage hovering towards C long.
We'll have to see as this is the start of the round. ACK able to find an open frag, but Penguin with the grenade able to find a kill onto Brax, and now 4v4 as the site is still not fully taken. The spike will not be picked up yet, but Ska with the 3K. Oh my goodness. He will find 3, and now the last one. Team Mirage on the board, winning the first round of this second half, and you gotta say, that has to feel like a good start, considering you want to start getting those rounds as early as possible.
As we know, based off the economy, it is very similar to the likes of CounterStrike. It is not as punishing in as many regards as CS. However, we do see that when you win a pistol round, you often are able to buy. We are having, I believe, the spectator bug where you're unable to see the games. One of the spectators bugs that we were advised of by a fellow commentator was that when you first tab in, you see that it looks like an eco, although there are creds on each side. Now we're gonna see them buy Bulldogs, Specters. We do see 2 early kills come out for both sides. Nothing gets another. Now Skadoodle, AZK, and Nothing will look to move over towards C long. Game of rotations here, as we see some movement from Dev also.
Yeah, Team Nothing here on the Brimstone. Looking for another opportunity to probably lay down some smokes. Tim Beacon gonna help push through the site. There will be no one from Team Dev on the side. A couple of free fires coming through. Will be burnt to a crisp just a little bit. Now hot and fresh out of the oven, and Ska finds 1 kill onto Volcano. And now with 2 members remaining, Team Dev on their second eco round, looking for an opportunity to pick off a couple of Team Mirage members, as that would help them in the economy game. But Penguin here with the Ghost, just potentially looking for any of those locations after the spike blows, and a couple of shots ring out, trying to dink down AZK, but they won't actually connect. Now Team Dev just waiting in the wings on the retreat coming out from Team Mirage.
We see Entity get fragged by Hiko here. Penguin all alone, all by himself.
Gotcha.
Gets 1. See Hiko pushing around B site. Gets him out.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. I don't know if Penguin was at the edge of his seat, but the bomb was definitely, the spike rather, was definitely after exploding at the edge of his seat. And him taken out by the spike has to feel rough. I wonder if he would have won that engage between himself and Hiko. But unfortunately, the spike says, not today, I've got other plans for you. And now 7-7 tie game for Team Dev up against Team Mirage. And what we initially saw to be a defense-sided map here on Haven, not considerably defensive-sided, but enough for it to maybe make a difference in this match. Team Dev finally locked and loaded on a full buy. We see if they're able to keep things cooking, but Hiko will find the entry frag onto Volcano down Banana. As now the A site will look pretty good for Team Mirage, and nothing will be ready with the Sky Smokes to help with that push.
I love the tree camera here from the back of A, or close to A from the attacker's spawn from Skadoodle. It gets you a lot of vision if you can see over that wall. He did successfully get it here. But we do see Team Dev moving into the site here. Entity pushing up on Cypher, waiting. Excal with an opening frag onto Hiko. Now we will see which Brimstone can smoke first and get the advantage of vision here. Now we wait.
Ooh, that's got to be good news for Team Dev. Nickwu finding that open frag onto Brax, and now Team Mirage, the forces have started to dwindle down, but nothing still determined to push in onto this B site. Using the stim beacon, he's locked and loaded, all juiced up, a couple of pre-fire shots waiting around the box. The spike will look to be planted by Ska. Those pre-fire shots just warning anyone who's in the vicinity. There's now nothing with the rotation. Team Dev still feeling pretty confident, but a 4v3 ain't over yet till it's over. As Team Mirage will fall back into courtyard. Team Dev will be waiting on the site for any opportunity to push through the spike. Starting to tick away. Entity will commit to the defuse. Those pre-fire shots continuing, and he's gonna stick to defuse. Ska will find the kill through the smoke onto Excal. The defuse will still go through, and Entity holds strong as now the rest of the members falling apart, but Team Dev will win that round and give them a round lead. Great stuff coming out from Entity.
We saw Excal there on the jet, doing his best to body block for Entity as he got that defuse. He did do so successfully on the first half of the defuse. We did see Entity get over the margin of which you can resume the defuse and get halfway through. An impressive use of smoke there from Penguin to make that work. And now we see Team Dev with the lead. We will see Team Mirage hover over A. We do see a Team Dev stack more or less towards C, in between B, 2 near the garage position. Penguin just trying to fire those Bulldog shots through the Omen smoke. But there's no one there, Penguin. I'm sorry.
But nothing will find that open frag on the other side of the map. Excal as well, using that Blade Storm for great possession, and it's still the push. One more will come, dink right in the dome, and the 3 will come through as Excal backs away. And it's 3 easy kills, starting things off on the side of Team Dev, and now still Excal looking for a little more. Brax on the site alongside AZK, as they're still fighting for control. 2v4 Team Mirage. Some of these members are experienced and they've been in these situations before. A 4v2 ain't nothing to scoff at when you've got ex-CSGO pro players ready to lock and load. Dark cover will come out. and another one potentially up in heaven as the spike still on banana. Nickwu will hold down that angle. Make sure that nobody picks it up. AZK will start to back away and successfully pick up the spike. Swing here from Nickwu, knows that somebody's there, has to back away from heaven as those free-fire shots are just way too deadly. And now an open frag from Brax. The spike is planted. No. Team Dev, no, they got to push on it. Kills. Curveball is still not going to connect. ACK fighting for dear life on the side. Volcano with the swing will find the last remaining member. And Team Dev, another round on the board, putting them at 9-7.
Nice shots there from Volcano, the former CounterStrike pro himself. Famous member of Team 3D, although CounterStrike was much smaller then than it is now. Many people know a lot of the players on Team Mirage, but they may not be familiar with some of the ones on Team Dev. Volcano, a former CounterStrike pro, as I mentioned. Nickwu, a former League of Legends pro, actually, turned into a developer on that, on the Riot team. Eventually moved over to Valorant. Now playing there also. Volcano, also the developer of Cash, the map in CounterStrike. Very famous map. Incredibly fun set of competitors here for us.
Ready.
You see this rotation towards C. See a split. Brax pushing up. He did get a frag in B. He's going to push up into B. Try to get some sort of flank here with Omen. The specialty of that character.
Ooh, he will able to find himself a weapon. It's going to be the Phantom. Finds the kill onto Nickwu, and now an eco round. Mirage looking good up against Team Dev. I'll be the tripwire that spots things out. Orbital strike not going to find anybody as Team Dev only has 2 members remaining. Team Mirage will funnel on into the site. Anyone getting a couple of free-fire shots. Still the Sheriff's in tow, and it'll be nothing that finds the kill. As Excal knows that the odds are stacked against him, he will look to save his weapon potentially or look for any of those rotations out after the spike. But a good round coming out from Team Mirage. Started out as an eco, but turned into the dream as they will plant the spike and win the round.
I love when you see the thrifty tag come across the top of the game when you win a round on an eco. You see thrifty. It's a little BM, but you know, nonetheless, I love Valorant's calls. There's little small things here for people who haven't played that are really fun. Thrifty among them. Also, the Scuttle Shack on Split is personal favorite as someone who has played a lot of League of Legends. There you go. Tackers were thrifty. They win the eco round. Good play here from Team Mirage.
Yeah, Team Mirage must have found that win in the Salvation Army bin, but still able to pick it up, and now another round on the board for them. As they are still going toe-to-toe with the Devs, 9-8. We still don't have a pretty clear winner, obviously, coming out from both these teams, but Team Mirage down a round. The Devs are putting up a considerable fight. 9-8, a great first half from them. But back and forth so far in the second half. Team Mirage still holding on, but it'll be an eco round coming out from the Devs. Penguin holding on to the Ghost as they look to save up nothing here, finding the open frag onto Volcano. Team Mirage look to tie this up at 9-9 with this start.
And for those who are just joining us, first of all, welcome to the ESPN Esports VALORANT Invitational. I am Jacob Wolf. I am joined by Simo, my wonderful play-by-play counterpart here, doing a fantastic job.
Wow.
And if you missed earlier, Team Canyon, other than Nickwu's impressive Sova ult there, Team Canyon advanced to the final with a win over Team Heroes. Team Canyon yesterday upset Team Dev. That's why we see here Team Dev versus Team Mirage, and what we assumed would be a final actually being a semifinal after all, thanks to Team Dev's loss to Team Canyon yesterday. But nothing here, all by his lonesome on the site. He does not have the spike. That will be held by Skadoodle, who is rotating with nothing. Nothing with a frag onto Penguin, with another onto Entity. And now Team Mirage looking to make this 9-9. It is...
Wait a second.
Versus the world.
Yeah, Nickwu said, hey, I got other plans today, but still not able to clutch things out. As we did say, Team Dev on an eco that last round, but now things are starting to boil up to the match point. We're getting closer and closer as there is a potential for 6 more rounds apiece, which could take us to overtime, but With Team Mirage winning the past 2 rounds, Team Dev has had an opportunity to save up their economy. We see full buys, 2 Vandals, 2 Phantoms, and an Operator for Volcano. We'll see if he can hold down Banana. Team Mirage can still look to push in, get a little bit of information. But now with full buys across the board, we'll see how things start to trickle down in the last few rounds.
Do need to see if they want to be able to stay in this. Team Dev needs to make something here. Their economy will be in the toilet if they do not get through this. But we do see Brax from behind. Cheeky teleport on the Omen. He does get one on the Penguin, but then gets fracked out by Entity. And now they know where the other players are after you see the neutral theft come out from Entity's Cypher.
Ooh, you blink and you miss it. Volcano there with a great frag onto Nothing. Looking down in the sewer, and now Nothing sent back to the spectate screen, waiting for his opportunity to fight another day, fight another round. It's a 4v3 here for Team Devs. And Mirage hanging around in the courtyard. And Nickwu through the doors, he just has a 6th sense when it comes to who's behind enemy lines. That Hunter's Fury in last round, able to find AZK, and now through the doors here as well, Nickwu has the 6th sense of a pro player from his experience in the LCS. Probably knows where the jungler was at all times. But now,
presence.
Team Dev, the presence of mind coming out from Nickwu. But Team Dev still holding on. 10 seconds for the plant from Mirage. The blind will come out. And the quick scope from Volcano looking for the 3rd. He's gonna find it. And Team Dev now with the lead. A round up over Team Mirage. They are inching their way closer and closer to that grand final matchup. Waiting for them is, of course, Team Canyon.
Now we will see here. Very short amount of time.
Let me show you how the boss does it.
What will happen here? Where will they decide to stack?
Come on, let's go!
Volcano will use his Phoenix ultimate very quickly to try to get some vision. He does get a frag onto Nothing, and he'll keep pushing with that ultimate, Simo. There it goes. He gets back, pops the collar. Nice work, though, there from Volcano to get that first frag on to Nothing. And now Team Mirage at a 4v5 advantage. Volcano, the op legend, former CounterStrike guy, now a developer of Valorant. But can AZK and the boys do it? AZK been the story mostly of Team Mirage.
No.
Dude, you shot yourself in the foot.
That's
or better,
not gonna feel. Yeah.
I was gonna say, better yet, maybe took an arrow to the knee there for that one, but what you do?
Define you for that one as we see a little bit of an engagement on the B side. It'll be Hiko that's trying to get a little bit of damage from the aftershock to the other side of the box. It'll be Mirage with the plant. Brax able to find Entity behind the gong, and Nickwu as well, as Brax and friends continue the party, and Team Dev now down a member. Look to take control back of the site. Hiko finding Nickwu. Now it's all up to Volcano. You'll find that quick shot onto Brax's AZK waiting in the wings on the other side. And Team Brax still slow walking in the moonlight, pushing on in onto the B site. Couple of pre-fire shots coming in from Hiko, and now swinging around the corner. Knows that someone's waiting. He'll find the shot. Classic switches to the Vandal. Quick shots here now. Rotating on over. Curveball coming out as well. He's hiding behind the box. The defuse not going to be enough. Swapping back to the operator, and they will both die to the spike explosion. But Team Mirage tying us up 10-10. Can we not have a closer match, Jacob? Can we? Oh my goodness.
Really enjoying this right now. Maybe somebody should sign Volcano, you know, convince him to leave that nice Coochie Riot job out in Los Angeles. Give this man a contract. Let's get him on a Valorant team as we get closer to a summer release. We saw Nickwu do the opposite, go from player to dev. Maybe Volcano can go back to being a player as he was once upon a time. Impressive op play there from there. Now we will see him with the Sheriff, I believe, if that spectator mode is not bugged. Obviously, the scoreboard, as we mentioned, has a little bit. Nope, we will see Volcano on the Sheriff. Can he use the mini op? to do any work here with that sheriff.
Yeah, and it won't be so as Brax will find the headshot and pushes on into the A site. There will be a rotation coming out from Entity, as unfortunately Team Dev forced with the force buy. And Volcano was the only one that wasn't able to scrounge up his pennies and quarters to buy himself a weapon. The sheriff now potentially going into the hands of Brax, but he doesn't need it. He's got himself a Phantom locked and loaded, ready to start the party. As Team Dev will look to rotate up into the A side, 2 in heaven, waiting to see if they can talk to their loyal subjects from below, but it's Brax and Hiko that are now waiting in the wings. Paranoia gonna make Entity a little bit afraid of the dark, but it'll be quickly dissipated. As Team Mirage will rotate off of that A site, and now B will be the target of their effectiveness.
Skadoodle looking to make something here happen. He gets a frag with that stim beacon and Vandal in hand. Nickwu and Penguin return, taking down Ska and AZK. Nothing onto Nickwu. Nothing with another onto Penguin. And now it is Entity versus the world as he finds himself in a 3v4. He will use the neural theft, or rather the tripwire, my mistake. He will be able to see at least one of them. Frag onto Hiko, but not enough. Nothing with the 3K to close out that round. Team Mirage up now 11-10. 2 rounds away from closing out this match, and 1 more from match point.
Unfortunately, now Team Dev up against the ropes, forced into an economy position where you'll see the Ghost, you'll see a Frenzy. Bulldog coming out from Nickwu, thinks he can make the hero play. We'll see if he's able to do it. So far, has been doing phenomenal work on the opposition. 23 kills. Team Mirage able to now with the force, not the force buy, they've got quite a good economy for themselves, so they'll be sitting pretty. As Team Dev will walk into the open arms of Team Mirage with pistols in tow. Every single round matters, and if this round will go how the economy says it will, it'll be 10-12 with Team Mirage at match point, but we'll see if the Devs can make something, like you said earlier, thrifty work. As they will push aggressively into that site, and nothing will find the kill onto Volcano. Pretty standard. AZK as well to follow suit onto Excal. And now Team Dev starting to fall apart a little bit. They are scattered around the map, holding on to their sites respectively. But it'll be Mirage that it will push on in and gather information in the sewers. Nickwu will be falling as well. And a pretty standard round from Team Mirage. As Team Dev now with 1 last member remaining will look to bounce back with a full economy next round. We're down to the wire, Jacob, and Team Mirage is leading that charge.
You just see there the skin slow-mo death from Skadoodle there using his Phantom skin. Now we will see match point here for Team Mirage. It's been one hell of a match. I don't think you could have asked for any better. We certainly thought that this would be our final. Team Canyon had other plans in mind yesterday by defeating Team Dev in the opening match of day 2. Now we see Mirage and Dev in the semifinal. Winner of this will advance to meet Canyon now in the final after Team Canyon defeated Team Heroes earlier in the day. Can Skadoodle do it? Can nothing do it? Top fragger here for Team Mirage. We see a little bit of holdback, patience once again. Skadoodle carrying the spike. Nothing looking for something here on Seam Long. Entity's just waiting on A Long, trying to obtain some information. Trying to play slow for Team Dev as their backstory against the wall.
The implications of this round means that Team Mirage still have enough to buy. And then in overtime, if it comes down to that, they'll still have enough to buy. So no matter what happens this round, Team Dev really need to use their smarts and maybe not the economy to their advantage, because Team Mirage will have an economy to play around with no matter
Nowhere
the
to run! Joke's over!
Dev now
You're
using the
dead!
Nickwu looking for a couple of those shots. He'll find AZK. What an absolute madman. Has now switched around. That's going to be Brax. He finds 12, but it'll be Ska that answers that. And now a 4v3 orbital strike after orbital strike. They're just making it rain. And Team Dev cleans things up. They will find the kills they need as the rest of Team Mirage are eliminated. And Team Dev fight back, winning another round.
Should Team Dev win this next one here, we will go into round 25, which is more or less a sudden death or unofficial overtime if you are from a CounterStrike background. Everyone will get 5,000 credits. They will have the opportunity to buy everything, but will not be able to buy ops in that situation, as we have seen Volcano doing so here. Important round here for Team Dev. This is make or break. Either you send it into the sudden death, or you find yourself losing. And out of the tournament, Team Mirage would advance to face Team Canyon.
Team Dev still holding on. It's going to be Volcano that is holding on to that banana push that Team Mirage is so interested in executing, as nothing will make his way through the sewers. Volcano still holding on here with the operator. And we'll see if anyone decides to peek. The Sky Smoke's going to be able to allow nothing safe passage across, but the rest of the team still waiting in the garden, as a pretty big fault line will push him off, and he's still gonna look for that swing. There's gonna be one on the other side. It's not going to connect. Entity as well here waiting with him. And now nothing waiting at the bottom of the sewers. Incendiary grenade gonna push Volcano off. Unfortunately, not the Molotov that's gonna heal him. It's his own Molotov that will be responsible for that HP. Nothing with the open frag. Excal answering back. Yeah, Easy K as well. Rolling Thunder gonna open up the sight. And now a 3v4 as they look to fight it out. Devs are falling apart at the seams. As now Nickwu, the last member remaining. He's looking for that opportunity. The redemption play here. He's spraying it down, finds one, swings around the corner. That's two. Two more members remain, but Ska will finish things off, and Team Mirage will advance to the playoffs to face their opponents, Team Canyon.
We have our answer.